It begins like every love story we think we know. Boy meets girl, they fall in love, and despite the odds, they run headfirst into forever. But in Just Married, forever does not begin with fairy tale sunsets or perfect kisses. Instead, it begins with chaos, bad luck, and a honeymoon that becomes the ultimate test of love. Tom Lesak is an ordinary guy, a sports-loving free spirit who works as a radio traffic reporter. He has no money, no big future plans, no family fortune. What he does have is charm, humor, and a heart that beats only for Sarah McNerney. Sarah comes from the opposite side of life. She is wealthy, polished, and raised in privilege, surrounded by parents who expect her to marry someone respectable, successful, someone like Peter Prentice, her old boyfriend, the kind of man her parents would happily hand their daughter over to. When Sarah chooses Tom instead, she shocks her family and earns their disapproval. Yet to her, it doesn't matter. She loves Tom. She loves his authenticity, his laughter, his passion. She believes they are proof that love conquers all. So when Tom proposes, Sarah says yes. They marry young, with sparks still flying and passion overflowing. They do not think about what might go wrong. They only know that life together feels right. And what better way to begin forever than with a honeymoon across Europe, the trip of a lifetime. But almost immediately, forever proves to be harder than they imagined. Their honeymoon begins in disaster. From the airport to their very first stop, things spiral into comedic chaos. Their rental car is tiny, their hotel rooms fall apart, plans constantly unravel. At one point, their dream night in a romantic chalet ends with Tom accidentally causing a fire that burns the place down. Their adventures across Venice, the Alps, and the French countryside should have been memories they cherished. Instead, they become disasters that push their patience and test their love at every step. The physical accidents are only half the battle. The real danger comes from inside Sarah's heart. Her ex-boyfriend, Peter, still lingers in the shadows. Manipulative and condescending, he represents everything her parents believe she deserves. Money, power, security. A man who fits their world better than Tom does. As Tom and Sarah's honeymoon unravels, Peter becomes a ghost in their marriage, fueling jealousy and insecurity. Tom cannot shake the feeling that Sarah's family sees him as the mistake, Peter as the prize. This bitterness grows until every accident, every ruined plan, feels like proof that they don't belong together. Their journey becomes less about sightseeing and more about surviving each other. They bicker constantly. One moment they're passionately in love, the next they're screaming across a ruined hotel room. Tom accuses Sarah of looking back at Peter. Sarah accuses Tom of being immature, reckless, a man who doesn't understand her world. For a time, it looks like their honeymoon is not the beginning of a life together, but the fast unraveling of a marriage that never should have happened. But beneath all the shouting, beneath the ruined plans and shattered expectations, something real still holds them together. In the moments between the disasters, Tom still makes Sarah laugh. And in her quietest moments, Sarah realizes she never wanted Peter, never wanted the safe, predictable life her parents tried to script for her. What she wanted was this, madness. This unpredictable man who may drive her crazy, but also makes her feel alive. As the story pushes towards its finale, Tom and Sarah reach their breaking point. They both consider walking away. They both feel the weight of disappointment. Yet in the silence that follows, they realize something profound. Marriage is not a fairy tale. It is not picture-perfect trips or romantic gestures that last forever. Marriage is choosing each other even when everything falls apart. It is finding laughter in the ruins, strength in the arguments, and love in the middle of the fire. Their honeymoon may have been a disaster, but in the wreckage, they uncover the truth about each other and about themselves. When they finally return home, Tom and Sarah are battered, bruised, exhausted, but still hand in hand. Their friends ask about their honeymoon. They laugh at the question, knowing words will never capture the madness. They have lived through the worst and somehow come back together stronger. They did not find perfection in Europe. They found resilience. And that is far more powerful than any postcard view. Just Married is more than a romantic comedy. It is a wild, chaotic ride filled with slapstick accidents, laugh-out-loud disasters, and endless arguments. But beneath the comedy lies a truth about love that few films capture. Marriage is messy, it is unpredictable, it is exhausting, and yet it is also beautiful. If the love is real, then the chaos is worth it. Every ruined plan becomes a memory. Every fight becomes a reminder that passion still burns, and every disaster becomes proof that love is not about perfection, but about endurance. Tom and Sarah do not return with perfect photos or flawless stories. They return with scars, arguments, and laughter that no one else will ever understand. And in that chaos, they discover what their vows truly meant: to stay together, not just in joy, but in madness. Not just in passion, but in patience. Not just in peace, but in the beautiful storm they call love.